Hi, I'm Liberty, and this is another Unity College biology presentation. This is mock, this is fictitious. Do not take anything serious. Dead fish investigation. Overview of the problem being investigated was deceased fish at an alarming rate had washed upon the shore. Fish with deteriorated fins and gills. Not fins and gills, fins and tails, excuse me. The fish showed signs of red gills, though. The natural mucus of the fish had been deteriorated and or non-existent, and that is essential for them to survive as well. We collected some deceased fish, and then we collected some healthy fish. Don't worry, we returned them. We also tested your water, and we have come to the conclusion that you have chlorine in your water. Not now, but then, at that time, you did. Chlorine is a natural element. It's not man-made. Chlorine can be used in your homes. It can be used on an industrial level. When chlorine is added to water, it binds to the water, and then it turns itself into an acid. Now, think back to when you go swimming in a chlorinated pool and your eyes burn. Well, if your eyes don't burn, they sure are red when you're done. And this is because of the chlorine. And chlorine is, once added to water, becomes an acid. Well, which kind of acid, you ask? It is hydrochloric acid. It is known as a muriatic acid. It is colorless with a very distinct smell. It's a strong acid. It is strong to the point where it can be corrosive. On your left, you have the chemical makeup of chlorine, and then on your right, you have the chemical makeup of hydrochloric acid, which is chlorine but added to water. Why is chlorine fatal to fish? Chlorine is an oxidizer which destroys the mucus surrounding the fish. It damages their gill structure. Chlorine added to water turns into an acid eroding fins and tails. It is a cocktail for disaster, essentially, for the fish. Here is a metabolic fact sheet on the metabolic process. You have your description, an enzyme description, and then your enzymes as well. Now in your center column, in the second paragraph, it has the results of the inhibition. And then on your far right column, it's the identification of affected organism and the metabolic process in itself. Now this is a study done by Ibrahim in 1977. And in his study, it said that the chlorine had interfered with the blood circulation and hindered the delivery of oxygen to the fish's tissues. And then on the bottom, there's your resources and your citations. You can look them up if you feel the need to. How did the chlorine come into contact with your waters? Well, an illegal dump from a company is very possible. Companies are charged a certain rate to haul off hazardous materials. Most of them resort to dumping or illegal dumping of pool water given the high level of chlorine, possibly a public pool. According to Occam's razor, you take two theories and the simplest is your answer. Human health. If you're concerned about your health, please do not ask me any questions. I am not a fish doctor. I am a fish doctor, but I am not your doctor. So please do make an appointment with your local family doctor if you are strongly concerned. In conclusion, this was a one-time event that has affected the fish. They can recover so long as no further dumping occurs. Counsel, I suggest you enlist the help of local fish farms to replenish the stock or allow nature to restore it naturally, but it is recommended that there is a hold on fishing until at least next season, period. I also suggest that you call the parish down the stream so that way they are aware of the situation and the high chlorine content that was there at some point. And here's your fact sheet for chlorine. It has the atomic number of 17. It is from the functional group of halogen. And here we have your toxin source. Here is your data. Main signs of distress on fish are red spots, gasping for air, fin degradation, death, removes the mucus or the slime. Over an extended period of time, if this chlorine keeps occurring, you'll have death for the fish, a low fish count. It's minimal risk to humans. Your solutions, as I said before, it's a one-time occurrence. Find the culprit, work with local police force, and if you happen to be watching this, then please think before you act. And here we have our analysis. It is a 90% mortality rate. It was a very high rate of chlorine that it took to kill these fish, and the fish can recover. Autopsy of randomly selected fish, degradation, red gills. Damage has shifted downstream. Please call those parishes. And then our conclusion is it was a one-time event that affected the fish, and you can recover, and so will your community. Thank you.